Hey there, and welcome to AI Horizons. This is your 5-minute briefing on the AI developments that actually matter. If you're a leader, an innovator, or an investor just trying to cut through that daily flood of news, you are in exactly the right place. So let's jump right in.
This quote from Lenovo's CIO really just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures the tension that's going on in AI right now. Everybody feels this massive pressure to get results today, but the real game-changing breakthroughs, they take patience. They take a long-term strategy. It's a really high-stakes balancing act. So, to make sense of all this, we're going to break this race down into 3 key fronts. First, there's the pure innovation engine, the part that's pushing the limits of what's even possible. Then there's the integration layer, which is all about turning that raw power into actual business value. And finally, the accountability framework, making sure we build this whole future responsibly.
Okay, first up, the innovation engine. This is all about the core tech, the raw horsepower that drives literally everything else. And let me tell you, the race for bigger, faster, and smarter models is absolutely not slowing down.
And speaking of that race, OpenAI just fired the latest starting gun with its new flagship model, GPT-5.4. Now, this isn't just some small update. We're talking about a model that's been built from the ground up for professional, high-stakes work.
Okay, so what's the big deal here? Just look at that jump in the context window. Think of the context window as the model's short-term memory. And tokens are basically just pieces of words. Well, GPT 5.4 can now hold 1 million tokens. That's like feeding it an entire epic novel and then asking it to analyze the plot twists. For businesses, this is huge. It means it can process entire codebases or super complex financial reports all in one go. That's a massive leap for developers and analysts. But here's the catch, right? A memory that huge creates a massive traffic jam, a processing bottleneck, and that's where breakthroughs like Flash Attention 4 come in. It's a totally new algorithm that basically re-engineers the guts of these AI models so they can run way faster on the latest hardware. This isn't just about speed, it's about making these incredibly powerful models actually affordable to run.
So here's the bottom line. Innovations like Flash Attention 4 are a massive flashing sign to the market. They show that the industry is seriously tackling the hard problems of making large-scale AI economically viable. And that just paves the way for even more powerful and accessible models down the road.
All right, so we've got all this incredible raw power. Awesome. But what good is it if it's just sitting in a lab? Let's move to our second front and see how this all connects. The integration layer. This is where the rubber meets the road.
And believe me, this integration is happening fast. We're seeing AI get plugged directly into the software we use every single day. For instance, you can now use plain English to build and tweak spreadsheets with ChatGPT for Excel, or use a tool like Cushion to help your team work together better. This is way more than just convenience. It's about boosting the capabilities of every single employee. Look, these tools are great. They are fantastic starting points, but that is not the endgame, not even close. The real strategic goal for leaders isn't just to buy a few AI tools. It's to use them to fundamentally reinvent how your business operates.
And OpenAI has actually laid out a pretty clear roadmap for this journey. It all starts with building some basic AI fluency across your team. Then you move to plugging AI into your existing workflows. From there, you can start to reinvent core processes and ultimately build a competitive advantage that lasts. It's a clear path from just trying out AI to truly transforming your business. And that brings us to our third and honestly, maybe the most critical piece of this puzzle, the accountability framework. Because as we weave this powerful technology deeper and deeper into our businesses and our lives, building trust and measuring its real-world impact becomes absolutely non-negotiable.
I mean, this is the question we all have to be asking, right? When AI systems are making decisions on their own, for everything from moderating content to analyzing legal documents, how can we be 100% sure that their judgments are fair, that they're unbiased, and that they're reliable?
The good news is, people are on this. Seriously smart people are developing new ways to audit these AI judges. You could almost think of it like a lie detector test for AI, designed to stress test its judgments and even mathematically prove that it's being fair. This is a crucial step if we're going to trust these automated systems. But accountability isn't just about what's happening inside the computer, right? It's about what's happening out here in the real world. The conversation is really shifting to the tangible economic consequences, especially when it comes to the job market.
Now this is super interesting. Take a look. A recent study from Anthropic found that AI isn't causing mass layoffs in the jobs that are most exposed to it. But, and this is a big but, it is slowing down the hiring of new, younger workers in those exact same roles.
This is a really important early warning sign that the entry points to some careers are already starting to shift.
Okay, so let's pull all these threads together. After all that, what's the key strategic takeaway for you as a leader trying to navigate this incredibly fast-moving world? It really boils down to this. You've got to play on all three fields at the same time. You need to be innovating and experimenting with powerful new models like GPT-5.4. You must be strategically integrating that tech to create real, measurable business value. And holding it all together, you have to build strong frameworks for accountability to make sure you have long-term trust and sustainability.
So at the end of the day, the question we want to leave you with isn't just, what's the next cool thing in AI? The real question is, how are you preparing to lead your organization through it? Thanks for joining us.